Hey, welcome to O.C.Tanner, where we help people thrive at work. Here, I'm with the receiving team, really excited to meet with these guys. We are going to be talking about team improvements. And one of the things that's so amazing during one of the Gemba visits, these guys have taken improvements to another level. So we've got Lydia, Coltrane, and Lisa going to help us go through one example. This is going to be really great. You're going to want to stick around. So what we want to start with is just kind of talk about your process, and you set strategy deployment goals every 6 months. And what they have here on their board for receiving is to improve labor cost per piece, 20-day average, by 10%. And so they have 2 lead measures that they have chosen in order to go after that. First, they have the number of Ohno circle hours with expectation of 1 hour per person per month. And they're also counting the number of improvements per month with the goal per team member. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at one of the examples that they have identified from the Ohno circle. And so we're going to turn it over to Lydia to kind of talk for a second about the process that she went through, because she realized as she was going through this process with the team and meeting with them that there was a couple tools that she needed to teach them. So take us through that.
Okay, so as Josh was saying, one of our lead measurement, it was the Ohno circle. So what is the Ohno circle? Ohno circle is this tool that we use. Basically, is putting people in one place, and they are standing there and watching the processes. With watching those processes, they are observing the flow is followed, seeing any waste is 5S followed. So with all of that, we kind of expect for them to have in those 30 minutes, ideally 30 opportunities, or with that could be some great stuff that they see that they are not doing. So this is one of the things that me and Lisa were teaching the team, introducing this tool. And as you can see, they are using that for this strategy deployment. And second one that we were teaching them and introducing is OKR process. So basically what OKR stands for is objective and a key result. With objectives, you actually are tying that objective with a team objective. And right now that's the reduction of labor cost per piece in our team. And they are using PDCA cycles to reach their key objectives. So with this particular one that Coltrane worked on, we wanted to standardize work utilization to kind of understand, to make sure that we have all of our standardized work captured, and also all of our documentation that was missing from our training plan that reflects the standardized work.
So you got to understand, this is next level stuff. This is not just about asking the team members to be looking for improvements, but they're also looking and using some of the tools like the Ohno circle, and the Ohno circle help them identify an area between day shift and night shift. They both agreed. Wouldn't you say so, Lisa?
Yes. So what we found is with the night shift and the day shift, if we combine our efforts together, we actually expand it that much more. So what we do is, for our strategies, we meet as our team to go over our OKRs, see how they're doing. Lydia and I support them, train on different tools if there's something needed, or where to go find. And then we meet the same day, that evening, with the second shift, and then we say, okay, this is what we're seeing. What are you seeing? And one of the OKRs that I'm going to give to Coltrane to explain to you is that travel. We're finding we do a lot of travel, and so that's where we're working on. But we would use the night shift or second shift to talk about that and say, is this the right thing for us? And it becomes a real good support system.
So one of the things that you talked about just a little bit ago is that you're providing time for the team members to go do the Ohno circle. Can you show how you're kind of scheduling that? So yes. You have production going on, but you also are providing time.
Yeah, so with strategy, it doesn't go away. In business, day-to-day business doesn't go away. So what we did is we've incorporated it. So every morning in the huddle, we talk about who's going where, and it's based on who's here. And then right here we have, hey, today's your day to do your Ohno circle. And that Ohno circle we want them to do a half hour. But if they only have to do an hour a month, so that gives them another hour, a half hour a week that they can go and actually work on their part of the project. So if they have an idea, they're gonna like, okay, where can I go? To help them learn to get to know more of the company and to support that working together. That's what we're trying to do is, here's the strategy, tie it to our day. How do we work together to get the improvements?
Okay, so Lydia identified that there was an opportunity to map out the process, and she knew that Coltrane had a skill set in mapping out. He's very good with drawings, and as part of his PDCA, as you can see right here, this is his sheet. He has some steps listed here, and one of the things he has on here is capture timings and also put together this map. So go ahead and talk about that process and what you learned from that.
Yes, so what we learned from mapping out the processes, that we spent a lot of time walking from our workstation all the way to the end of our crane to hit the complete button when we're done with our process. So we're spending a lot of time walking back and forth, which could be cut down by having the complete button here moved down next to our workstation, so we can spend more time just getting product received and ready to be put away on our trains. So we'll save time, increase our LCPP. It will be a better flow for everyone involved.
So Lydia and Lisa, how are you coaching Coltrane through the process? He's mapped it out and you're kind of helping him with some of the steps. What does that look like?
Yeah, so if you can see that on all of his sheets that he has a little note saying, oh, we need to add this. So when he does the first map, we go through this, he shows it to team, and me and Lisa, and we give him feedback, like, can we add this? Do we have this? Maybe did you skip some of the steps? Maybe. So we are really trying to capture our current condition and see how it look like and opportunities for improvements. And when we're done with all of this, we're gonna then do the standardized work charts for our future state.
You talk about us teaching and mentoring them. What I've learned, like yesterday was our day, Coltrane's coaching, and we went through this, and he helped me understand what he was drawing here, because what I was seeing was different. And that's where the notes come from. But it also was like, oh, I see what you're talking about. And I did capture that in my own note. And it helps just revalidate the tools that we're teaching. So
here's the deal. They're going to go through and they've got a couple lead measures. The lead measure is the thing that you can do, and they're going to get results from it. What they're hoping for is when they've completed those results, that is going to have an impact on their lag measure. The lag measure is the part that you hope is going to change. And in this case, they're measuring that 20-day average labor cost per piece. So when they complete this project and they make the changes, they're hoping to see this bar in the next month drop. And that's really exciting. It's kind of like, hey, let's do something, let's see what happens. It's very scientific because you'll get to see whether you had an impact or not.
Yes.
Anything you would add to that?
Our next step, how we gonna move forward, is we are working right now with the engineering department, collaboration with them to add that extra button closer to our station. The second thing, also one of the projects that Martin is working on, is adding more mobile stations. So lots of walking is between the station and the printing station. So we are trying to get the small mobile station that we have on our mobile stations to reduce that walking. So we're using red and green cards to have our engineering department to be aware of the issues that we are that we have and they can help us with.
This is fantastic. I can't express enough just how incredible this is, that you have leaders and team members involved in a process using tools that normally engineers and maintenance would use. These guys are using them and they're learning. So they're also running through the steps process: see, think, experiment, prove, sustain, and they're experimenting. So they're going to be trying some things. They're going to see whether that's going to have a positive impact. And then on top of that, they're utilizing the PDCA cycle process so that they can track their steps and they can identify what's happened and what they learned. It seems really simple, but when you use the tools in an effective way, it can have a dramatic impact. And when you have teams that are setting double-digit goals like these guys are, 10%, 20%, this is how you get those improvements. It's how it's done. So, hey, if you want to check out any of our other content on improvement or any of the other tools, like and subscribe and check out our other playlists on the channel, and we'll catch you on the next one.